All right, dudes. How's everyone doing, dudes? I am sucking on a couple pieces of salt right now. Just to clarify, that's what's in my mouth here. I have those Himalayan salt chunks. It's good for electrolytes. So right now I got a potato in the microwave. I just microwaved a potato, and I'm letting it cool. Usually I like to do this in the oven. I'm one of those crazy guys that's iffy on the microwave if it's healthy or not. So every time I have to use the microwave for a potato, which has been 2 times so far, because I've been finally getting over this, saying the microwave is okay. You can't just be sitting around for 2 hours waiting to cook a potato. I mean, you gotta just microwave it. You gotta just do it. I mean, for a while I was cooking 2 or 3 potatoes at a time in the oven, kind of meal prepping. But even then, like, I don't want to be here just meal prepping all the time. But there was research that came out that said if you cook a potato, put it in the fridge, it's healthier that way. Something to do with the starches. And if you cook a potato, put it in the fridge, recook it, put it back in the fridge, the more you do it, the more resistance the starch builds. It's good for your gut microbiome. I think it's a prebiotic, and it supports your microbiome and your mood even. So I've been doing that. I typically don't do like refined sugars. I was doing refined sugars for a long time, and it's not good for your mental health, I don't think. I think your physical health obviously too, but it creates a brain frog. I did see a frog the other day. I posted a nature short. Not many people viewed it, but there's a frog camouflaged into this rock. It was interesting because I don't know what this species of frog evolved to be doing, because when I think frogs, I think like a frog in a swamp by a lake. This frog was just in a desert, like rocks, like on the side of a mountain, no water even close by. So I guess this guy is like some kind of desert frog that just eats like ants or something. I don't know what he's doing there. And I'm amazed by how frogs can jump and just like smack the rock so fucking hard. Like if like a person jumped out of like a 2-story building and belly flopped onto the pavement. That's what this frog was doing all over the fucking rocks, and he seemed completely fine. So their bones are some kind of flexible rubber band type bones or something. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, so I got that potato in there cooling down. I'm gonna try it. It was old in the fridge. It was growing roots. I took the roots out. Hopefully it's still okay. So I'm gonna eat that potato after I do this video. I figured let the potato cool, do a video, multitasking. Then there was a new phone I got. I got a new iPhone, and I don't know what this iCloud is about. I had an iPhone already before, but I never used the iCloud. I never trusted it. Technology kind of goes over my head a little bit. Like I'm basically a boomer, and I've never really taken to technology. And I don't really trust iCloud to store your information that way. It's probably safe. Leave a comment below. So I did the transfer from the old phone to the new phone, and now I still have to use my old phone to prompt okay to get into YouTube and stuff. So that's annoying. I got to figure that out, and that's another stress. Like, why do I need to be figuring out all this technology, and when I just want to just be not doing that? So yeah, that's so far. I did my janitor job. I did that. I got home. I got to go to my other job in, what time does it say? I guess an hour and a half I gotta go. So I have enough time to eat this potato and just kind of mope around my place. And I got some math textbooks from the library, and I'm kind of trying to learn that once or twice a week. I see a lot of people at the retirement home I do the cleaning at, not in a good space with dementia, and I want to kind of try to prevent that as best I can, and I think math would help that. I'm also doing it, as people know if they've listened to some of the other videos, I'm going to do a trades entrance exam in maybe October or something after I do this day welding course, just to see if I can do that. And it would be just, even to achieve just the day course in the entrance exam, it would be nice. And I'm going to try a couple things and then see what's available to me, my options. But even if I pursue just landscaping and janitor, the same groundskeeping maintenance kind of thing I'm doing now, which I am trying to get out of, but even just to upgrade my math a little bit, to refresh it, is going to be healthy for me mentally. So it's going to be win-win to do this anyways. I was never good at math at all, ever. I could keep up until about grade 6, and then it just went in one ear out the other. And like I took some, well, not taken, but looked at some YouTube tutorials on it, and I'm learning. Like I can pick it up, like I can do this. But there's a lot of comments saying, wow, this is so much easier than I remember it. And well, it's not really easier for me than I remember it. I still, like, I remember even in grade 2, like, people, there'd be some kids, they would learn their times tables in like one day a week. I was the guy who, well, one of the guys, it was pretty common. Like, it was, there's obviously people that are more inclined to it, but I had the times table taped on my desk all through elementary school. I never really learned my times table, to be honest. Like, I still don't really know it. I'm going to try to refresh and memorize it a little bit now, but like, I can't sit still. Like, when I know I need to know this, I want to sharpen it up. It's a goal that I have, but even like, it takes so much just to sit myself down and do it. I've done it twice so far. I think I've learned some of the percentage type stuff. The bed mass I got down. The exponents I got down, because then it's just with the power of whatever, you just multiply the number by itself. So I got that. Long form multiplication, good. Add, subtract, good. The division's coming along. There's just these odd things that throw me off. I think I can refresh myself within a month. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm so stupid I can't do it. I can do it, but then you get to algebra and calculus and stuff, then I really get lost. So I think I have to really go over this like 3 or 4 times to the point where I'm at like 100% accuracy with all the basic math and pre-algebra to even attempt to go to algebra or calculus. But I have the algebra and calculus books, the math books from the library as well. I'm just going to be renewing them, doing them when I can. I took it to work last night for my night shift, but there's too much work to do that I couldn't sit down and do some. Sometimes at that job there is some lulls, and not the LOLs, but like lulls in the shift where it's like kind of those dragging along shifts, and you can find some things to do here and there. But in those moments, you can probably touch up a little bit of math. It might be a smart thing for me to do. I find at that job I do so much, and people just kind of treat me poorly anyways. So if I'm trying to help myself and on my breaks or in the slow periods learn a little bit of math, I think I gotta look after myself a bit more rather than trying to help this I don't know. I don't want to say that the employer is bad and get into all that, but I mean, kind of is what it is. Like, they told me they were going to promote me to assistant manager for like 6-7 months they were saying that I was going to get a title change and then I was going to get a raise, and none of that happened. And then it's all kind of this office politics baloney. So I'm going to just try to learn my math or do my own thing when I can, when I'm there. And that kind of is what it is. There's like nobody even works there. Like, there's one guy there. They've been, since I went down from 5 shifts to 3 shifts a week, they got this other guy in there, and he can't do the same workload I was doing by himself. So now they have 2 guys there doing the workload. So if they're paying 2 guys, they could have just gave me a slight raise and a title and made me feel happy, rather than they're wasting more money now. And then the second guy that comes in to help, he gets a chair, and he goes up to the roof access, and he opens the roof access, and he brings the chair up there, and he sits on the roof for like 4 hours. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, I don't know what my boss is even thinking. Like, if he wants to just hire incompetent people on purpose to make himself look good because he's not working either. But it's kind of like this, like, there's no union, but it's like this stereotypical leaky bucket. Like, everyone's kind of making a shitty salary, but no one's actually doing anything. And then it's kind of like the group's fault. And then one person's actually working, but they can't get a raise. And then it's like, I'm that person. And then it's like, everyone's kind of like, ha ha kind of attitude. It's weird. It's a weird situation. So I'm going to try to bring the math books and try to figure out some stuff when I'm there. But I don't know if I'll get a minute or not, because it has been steady the last little bit with more work. And that's because the other guys aren't doing their crap. And I mean, I could probably get like a security job or something like that. And I mean, just kind of drive around or something, and then listen to like math type like YouTube channels on like the Bluetooth of the car, like doing one of those security patrol things. But then you're like a dickhead when you do that kind of job. Like I know I did security work for a while, and I had coworkers and friends that went into like loss prevention, and they're basically wrestling bread away from homeless people. And it's like, it's such a, you want to be like a good person, like someone that has a purpose. You don't want to be like this cancer cell in society. And I feel like security isn't necessarily a cancer cell, but like you're kind of just on behalf of like Walmart, which is making trillions of dollars. Like, there's a homeless guy who can't feed himself, he's hunchbacked, he's in a diaper, and you're gonna chase him down and tackle him in the parking lot. It's like, well, what are we even doing as a society if that's where you're at? And I mean, it's such low-hanging fruit to get back into security, because like anyone can do it. Like, basically all the security workers, they're either very lazy younger people or they're pensioners. And both of these people, without the security work, they would be on the street with the homeless people stealing the bread too. So it's like, it's two sides of the same coin. It's really crappy. And then when you're working security, trades workers will come in and they'll roast you, saying like, hey, I'm installing countertops, you're a pussy for doing this. And then those are the guys that give you the most hard times when you're working security. But anyways, like, I'm rambling all over the place. I'm just kind of brainstorming out loud here, but those are the things kind of going on in my life right now. With the new iPhone I got now, I'm going to try to shoot some more nature videos and see if those will catch on, like my usual type of thing. My sister's pregnant. She's having a niece pretty soon, so I'm going to go visit her. I have like a stuffed toy that I bought for the baby. I should have had it in the room if I knew I was going to talk about it. It's in the other room, but it's like kind of like those new age kind of hipster type toys. It's like almost like a thicker yarn wicker like kind of weave. It's a big bunny with overalls. So that's nice. I like seeing family when I can. Yeah, so I mean, gonna upgrade the math. I kind of don't want it, like I said, like the seniors are kind of, there's slurring their speech. I noticed that to myself a little bit of a stutter, but if you're not sharpening yourself up mentally and you get older, it really drops off. And I think that's the same, like I got that with the physical body, and I got that covered. I'm still doing weightlifting, and I've been jogging a little bit too. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Update video of just me talking to myself, basically, venting. But yeah, anyways, I hope everyone's having a good day, and peace out.